Today there's a Honda FG110 road killer that does not start, so we're gonna see what's going on there. Definitely has compression. Carb doesn't seem horrible. I mean, it's pumping everything. And it's one of these that has that annoying like center switch, where if you accidentally nudge it either way, it will fall off. I'm not really a fan of that, but a couple things I noticed is this is definitely 2-cycle fuel. This is not a 2-cycle engine, hence the reason why it says 4 right there. It does have oil, so I think I'm going to put you, actually, that just comes right off. Is it broken? Maybe a little bit. So that's choke. That's no choke. Okay. I'm gonna put you in the corner and then we'll see what's going on here. So now that we have that, I want to give it a couple pulls, make sure that's not gonna hit the table, so it doesn't look like it is. And here there's more 2-cycle fuel, and if we need to, we have some spray. Let's see here. On. Nope. Nope. Wow. The engine's fine. Let's try it again. Carb clean. There we go. .5/16 is insanely close to 8 millimeters. So, if you're ever needing to find an 8 millimeter, and you do have your 5/16, go ahead and use it. What are we caught on? Oh, the crank vent. Everything seems fine. The clear is the return. That's good. I suppose if it was backwards, it wouldn't be running. Fuel lines actually look like they're brand new. So is the carb. It's kind of weird that I wouldn't be running. Before I go through and take it all apart, there's a little screw down here. I want to see if it's all the way one direction. So it's half, one half, two, 2.5, probably a little less. To put it back where it was. That's half, one half, two, 2.5. There's really nothing saying that that was out of spec or anything. But what I can say though is I definitely think this is not the carb that came with it. What we're gonna do, move that out of the way. And there's nothing horrible about this carb. It definitely doesn't seem legit. I mean, it probably would work, but it doesn't seem like a stock carb. So that doesn't line up, okay. Well, passed the first test. I mean, and look how new that is. And it did give away the new fuel lines. Those fuel lines are usually found in cheaper carb kits. But at the same time, who knows, maybe there was junk in there, sucked it up, now it's just not working. I mean, some of the aftermarket carbs are actually quite good. All this feels brand new. I mean, the gasket's not even coming off hard. That's a new one. That usually doesn't come off with it. Excuse me. That's the main jet. That goes all the way through that. Appears to be fine. This looks pretty clean. I'm just going to blow it out. The jet seems clean. I'm not going to put in the cleaner at all. I'm just going to do that, put it back on, see what happens. So, this is a gasket that came in the carb. This is a gasket that came in a carb kit. That one, I don't know if you can tell, it's just a little bit smaller. I don't know if that gasket just became swollen or what, but it wasn't allowing me to put the main jet back in. So this one's also not being too easy. So I basically deducted the reason why, because of that jet, and for the life of me I cannot get the jet back in there. So we are going to put a different carb on, one that I have laying around. And of course, what is going on with these bolts? There we go. It's weird. The throttle setup is a little bit different, but not much. It's able to make it work. So this was for the fuel. This was for the return. Oh, I don't like how that feels. I'm gonna put a different return line on. Saves you the headache of installing everything. Basically, the only thing you missed was me struggling to make sure those bolts didn't get sucked back in. But put everything back together. There is still 2-cycle fuel in there. It smells good though. He told me that he just put it in the day that he tried starting, it wouldn't start. I mean, I worked with this guy before. I trust him on at least that one. I have a feeling though he bought this because I worked on a smaller one of his that had a scored piston, and I think this is the replacement for it. Let's prime it up. I don't remember if that's choker now. Let's try it. Apparently not. I smell fuel. Promising. It could be that the idle is so low it can't start. Huh, well, that's better. Ooh, that exhaust literally sprayed me in the face. Okay, well, looks like that's the problem. So, if you bought a new carb, and you take it apart, and you find your main just dislodged, good luck with you. I'd send it back. You probably could. I'm sure if I really worked on it for a long time, or if I got the right gasket, I could do it. Potentially, I could just glue it in. That's dangerous, though. And it probably would have worked fine. But considering that I have this new one, it seems to be doing okay. I'm not too concerned over this. These are cheap. I mean, like I said, the other one was definitely an aftermarket one, and so is this one, don't get me wrong. But it seems to work fine. I was letting it run for a good few minutes before I turned you back on. I had no issues. I adjusted the idle so the blades would barely be turning. When I put it on the ground, the blades will be touching the ground, obviously, and it won't have enough power behind it, because in here there's like a clutch on your chainsaw and there's a drum. Well, the clutch discs are rubbing ever so slightly on it, so it's touching it and just making it move a little bit at a time. But when it's on the ground, that friction's not enough and it won't actually move. It might move a little bit, but nothing much. But so that should cover this one. Hope you like what you see. Definitely put a thumbs up. I'll catch you in the next video, and subscribe. Later.